come up anywhere. Whoa! Oh my God! Stop it!
Oh, I thought it was wheel spinning. It's just a fan. What's going on?
You're
Wait, it's legit scary. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 0 to 60, and this is definitely not a normal episode. So, doing my normal browsing Facebook Marketplace the other night, I stumbled across a ute.
To be honest, we're always looking at cars for whatever reason, even when we probably shouldn't be. But Andrew came across a ute, quite a late model ute, which we seem to like, from one of the big Australian manufacturers.
And we do this all the time. We'll always send each other cars that seem cheap, that we kind of wouldn't mind owning. And David, when I sent this one to him, he came up with a brilliant idea. He said, why don't we buy it for the channel and see if we can make some money out of it? So flip it, a bit like wheeler dealer style, and just see if it's possible or how hard it is to make money out of a car these days.
It was a genuine cheap bargain. Even when Andrew first sent it to me, the guy seemed pretty desperate to get rid of it. He'd already reduced the price by a substantial amount. So we thought, hit him with a little bit less and see what happens.
So we did, and now we've got a ute. Let's have a quick look at it. This is David's first look at it. I actually picked this up it was dusk last night, and it was raining, and I just brought it back and stuck it straight on charge. The owner was he wasn't home, he's working away, so I couldn't actually speak to the guy that owns it directly, but I get the feeling this has been sitting for a while, and that's why it wouldn't crank properly last night. But what do you think, Dave?
Well, to be honest, it doesn't actually look too bad for what we paid for this thing. Particularly some of these Falcon utes, they have a damn hard life, and they are not in good condition if you want a cheap one.
Yeah, this is the e-gas, not the LPI. So people that are into their Falcon LPG models, the later model FGs had a really good gas system. So it was actually a more powerful, it was actually like an injected gas system. So more powerful than the petrol engine, where this is the old style that was in the BA. So it's a less powerful motor, but the fuel's really cheap.
Very cheap, like half the prices of unleaded. But it's, yeah, still really cheap, so that is good. I think that's gonna help to flip it, make it a bit easier to sell.
I think, let's just do the walk around, because I haven't had a good look at this in the daylight.
Well, straight away, I can see this damage down the back. That doesn't look very pretty.
Yeah, now I could see that in his pictures. I'm hoping most of this, obviously we've gone through the paint in a few places, but hopefully a lot of this will actually clean off with a buff. And might be able to use the
guard roller. We'll flatten that out, hopefully get this crease back to normal, and that will be way less noticeable.
Yeah, it's still a work use, so it doesn't need to be perfect. Hopefully we can fix that without needing to spend money on paintwork. Going around the back, tailgate's okay. There's another little
bit of a dent there, which we can try and pull out.
Have a crack at pulling out without needing paintwork. Has got a tow bar. All the lights work perfectly. Awesome. The wheels, I don't like the steel rims. They just look. They just remind me of old police car.
Yeah, they look like they're just pursuit wheels, aren't they, for us in Oz? But look, to be honest, they look pretty crappy, so we can pull them off. We can freshen them up as well.
Yeah. Again, hopefully. When we were looking at the ad when I first sent it to Dave, it sort of looked like it had a lot of issues that we can fix with just time and not actually spending money on it. A little bit of paint, a little bit of detailing.
Another nasty dent in the roof there. Oh, sorry, in the bonnet.
I could see last night, so I pulled up here and obviously we had the light coming in from the workshop, but the paint has no wax on it. It does not bead. It's like it absorbs water, it's that bad. The headlights are a bit faded. I might have an idea for them actually. But again, it shouldn't cost too much. The bonnet catch is a bit dicky. In fact,
really dicky?
I can't do it one-handed.
So something else to fix?
Yes. I think it's just sticky.
Wow, really sticky. It tries to bend them out rather than.
It's weird.
So we'll lube that up, see what happens.
A little bit of corrosion on things, which is pretty common for this generation Falcon. Again, something we can clean up with some touch-up paint.
Yeah, it looks crap, but to be honest, we can detail that up, and it's just because it's bare alloy, so we can put some protectant on it and she'll be sweet.
I get the feeling it's just been sitting.
There's no crazy oil leaks anywhere, it's just corrosion everywhere.
Yeah, look, I'm feeling a bit more confident about it now it's in the dry. Like a lot of these problems are detailable. Like you fix it with a detail. All the tyres are pretty good. It drove okay, but again, it was raining last night, so I couldn't really hear the diff or the gearbox if there was any funny noises.
Okay, these kilometers, they're pretty good. They're not really prone to have noisy diffs or anything like that. Yeah, are they?
Well, Falcon diffs are always questionable, but If it does make a bit of noise, it wouldn't be uncommon.
Now this is always the interesting part, looking inside a used car, because you see all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So we've got wrappers in it. It's just filthy.
Half of Queensland still.
The driver's seats definitely had some wear. I don't think these are the best seats in the world.
They're so soft. That looks rank. That doesn't look very pretty.
I might take some actual photos and overlay all the problem points in a bit later on.
Okay, there is a jumper back here too. Oh man, and a bit of a smell. Did you smell that?
Well, I did. I was hoping it was just because it was raining.
A bit moist. I think that's something more than moist.
What do you think, Dave? All in all, are we going to make money? Don't forget, these are, there's people asking 10 grand for these cars. For cars in this condition, in this case, on car sales. The photos in the ad were pretty crap, which again we like. I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Oh, but I need to film his ass.
Yeah, I think I found that smell.
What is it?
There is a bottle of Coke that's half full back there in a pool of Coke with a rusty drill bit and some other goodies.
Oh, buying used cars, awesome, awesome. All right, I think we better take it for a drive. Now that it's not raining, we'll have a listen to everything, make sure everything runs properly. Let's go for a spin.
Let's do it.
Starts a bit rough. I think that's just a gas thing.
Connecting.
We might need some plugs or something. But, right, let's go for a drive. It started, when I actually started for the first time yesterday, as it was cranking, the battery went flat.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping that it could be a battery issue, but charging it overnight didn't seem to help.
Okay. There's a lot of stickiness everywhere.
Everything is filthy.
It could be Coke actually. It looks like Coke on the door card.
Maybe that bottle.
It exploded and it just got kicked back to the back maybe.
AC definitely works.
Well, that's awesome. It looks quite, it's a 2010 model, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It looks quite modern. For what's just been paid for this, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So let's run down on the specs quickly. It is as David just said, 2010. It is the base model Falcon Ute. So these were about 35 grand when they were brand new.
So is that not just the cheapest Falcon Ute, but Falcon you could buy?
Now I only know that these are 35 because I looked up the specs quickly before I actually messaged the guy that owned it. It would have to be one of the cheapest Falcons. Maybe the full petrol model might have been cheaper.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, so this is a 2010. It is the full-time LPG, which was coined e-gas back in the day. That means it's got 156 kilowatts and a smidge over 300 newton meters of torque, where the LPI gas model, that was like 201 kilowatts.
So more than the petrol.
Yeah, and over 400 newton meters of torque. It's a shame it's not that, but this feels gnarly. One thing with it, and something again I didn't notice until I was looking at the specs, this is an FG with a 4-speed transmission.
What?
Yeah, so Aussies will probably know that the FGs, well actually BF Series 2 Falcons, they switched to the ZF 6-speed gearbox. Turns out in the Utes with the
Way
far out.
Okay, if you're watching this from outside like Europe or America, it's
no grip.
Although it's a little LPG with not much power, it's still a 4-litre. So it's still okay.
It's still got plenty of torque. I'm wondering, I really think it's been sitting for a while, so I don't know what condition these tyres are in. They might be out around.
You can check the date, see how old they are.
Something else to check.
Because you weren't exactly hooning that.
That was silly.
So, because it is base model, no traction control either.
It doesn't appear to have traction control. It does have ABS. It does have climate control, which is pretty cool for a base model. Obviously got power steering, has got cruise control, radio.
Yeah, multifunction steering wheel. It's got a bit of gear, but it's no frills.
It is definitely no frills. What do you think of the seats?
Really, really soft. Like,
this seat's terrible. It's worn and it's wonky, so it's like twisting my back.
Well, this kind of feels like it's worn, and it's the passenger seat, so I'd imagine the driver one is a lot worse. That's typically what happens. Hood lining is nice and clean, that's good. Quite often on a dirty car, the muck and stuff even gets sprayed to the roof, and you have to clean that. But I think this will come up it'll come up like a different car with a good detail.
it's crazy that you can get something like this for a smidge over $5,000.
It's awesome.
But like I said, I think we were just lucky. We've caught that owner, the previous owner, at the right time. He had 7,000 on this like a week ago, or 7.2, and he's gone away for work and he just needs to sell it, doesn't need the car anymore. So I guess he's glad to have a quick, easy sale. I think a lot of this stuff we're going to be able to clean up without spending any money. We have got to get a roadworthy. Part of the deal with my lowballing price was he wasn't going to do the roadworthy, and in Australia that means I've got to get the roadworthy certificate and also the gas certificate because it runs on LPG.
Of course, and also in Queensland you don't have to get a roadworthy every year, so this might not have been checked or had a roadworthy check in a very long time. So it is a bit of an unknown when you're trying to haggle for price and say don't worry about a roadworthy. But to be honest, it's driving pretty smoothly.
Yeah, and I'll flash up the details in the ad because he did say he's done work on the brakes, the tail shaft. He spent a bit of money on it recently. However, you always got to take that with a grain of salt because that could have been 4 years ago. It was just recently in his mind. There was no receipts for any of the work. Dude, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not. I was worried the diff was going to be noisy because these, the AUs and BAs, they were prone to diff issues.
The windows worked. Is yours?
Yep. Just try electric mirrors, driver's one works, passenger one works, wipers work.
Stereo works. No Bluetooth in this bad boy.
No, it's got an aftermarket phone kit in there by Nokia, which is terrible, and we'll probably get rid of that.
Yeah, tidy that up a bit. There's a little bit of this, something's been mounted to the dash, which looks pretty horrible. We can try clean that off.
A little bit of an exhaust rattle there. Oh, just when it's in.
Very light, it's not heavy.
I'd say it might need a little bit of an adjustment. It might be hitting on the chassis or something. So that's something else we can fix without spending any money.
Nothing looks too serious.
I think with a basic detail, this is going to be...
It'll look like a different car.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's kind of the trick to trying to flip a car. You need to
add value without
spending
costing
money.
all of that value yourself. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, mate, I'm getting excited.
All right, so quickly, what are you thinking for the process? Oh, and as a bit of a background, if you didn't know, Andrew, he was actually a car dealer for many years in a previous life.
Yes.
And I
wasn't very good at it, which is why I'm poor now. But.
And I went straight from school to detailing cars at a car yard. So, actually, and you've detailed probably a million cars as well.
I started off as a detailer and then got into sales. So look, it's something that we've both done a lot of.
And even since then, we keep detailing cars and cleaning lots of cars. We do already have the equipment, which is something that's going to be very handy. And so I'm thinking for this.
Yep.
First, we'll work on the outside.
Yep.
Cut and polish.
Yes.
Try to bring back a bit of a shine. Then, depending on how it looks, we might even protect the paint.
Yes.
And obviously, before that protection, we'll try and fix all these cosmetic damages.
Yep.
Just as cheaply as we can with bending stuff back and.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm going to give it a run on the highway. So if the road noise gets loud, guys, we're just going to get it up to 100 kilometers an hour. Make sure everything's good at that speed. Sorry, keep going.
That's right. I'm waiting to see if there's any wobbles come up anywhere. Whoa! Oh my God!
It just spins the tires.
Stop it! We'll check those tires. That's ridiculous. I know there's no weight over the back.
Oh, okay, cool. This is more exciting than
barely
500 horsepower 335. Okay. Sorry, what were you saying?
Good news. There's no wobbles.
No, it's actually driving fine.
That's really nice.
Need some Rain-X on the screen or some of your new ceramic screen.
Yeah, we can pretty that up because it just looks there could be a film or some sort of grime on there, but that'll come up a lot nicer.
I think what you were saying is right. We'll get all the cosmetic stuff done before we get it roadworthy checked. Now the reason I've always done that, if a car looks really clean and tidy when it goes in for the roadworthy, the person that's checking is more likely to be a little bit more lenient because it looks like a good, well-looked-after car. He's not going to spend hours trying to find every niggly thing. A little bit of a tip for you.
And the same on the inside as well. There's so much cleaning to be done in here. We'll probably give this whole thing a wet vac, try and get rid of this odour that's lingering. And again, when it goes in for the roadworthy, it just looks like a nice, fresh car, and they don't go, oh, well, this is a crap box. Let's find what's wrong with it.
That's it. All right. I think that's probably that's enough of an intro into what we're going to do with this vehicle. The next episode will be us cleaning it up, I guess.
Attacking it, yeah.
Start the detail. Look, thank you very much for watching. If you guys have got any insight on what we can do to add value to this car without spending too much money, I'd like to get it really tight. I reckon maybe ask $8 or $9 grand for this. It'll still be cheap at $9 grand with these cars.
Especially if it looks nice and pretty, that's not unreasonable. So if you're not already, subscribe because we are going to, like I said, we've detailed a lot of cars in the past. If you want to see how to do it quickly, efficiently and cheaply with a damn good result, stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2.5 hours max detail time.
From start to finish.
Start to finish, including the full interior.
That is a proper car yard detail. We've got to do the engine bay too, because that doesn't look very pretty.
No.
There's a lot of tidying up in there.
All right, I think that's it. This is long enough. Thank you very much for watching, everyone.
Peace.
Yeah, we're sweet. We got it. We got it.
Woo!
Dude.
It's
Oh,
fine.
I thought it was wheel spinning. It's just a fan. I was like, what's going on?
You're joking.
Boy, it's legit fucking scary.
Oh shit.